Hi, today I'm going to demonstrate the Velosimo integration between Laserfiche workflow and Forte. On my screen, I have a simple Laserfiche form to start the process, which is intaking a garage sale permit application. Upon intake, this particular form is configured to call a Laserfiche workflow named send to Velosimo. The workflow is responsible for triggering the payment event. I'm going to go ahead and start the process by entering the number of days that I would like the garage sale permit for. Enter 4 days for a total of $80. I'm going to go ahead and submit that. That has now went into Laserfiche Forms and triggered the workflow. This particular workflow is set up to call Velosimo, which has now sent me an email telling me that there is an $80 payment due for my garage sale permit application. I'm able to then click pay, and I'm directed to Forte for checkout. Here, I'm able to pay using either a credit card or an e-check. For this demonstration, I'm going to go ahead and use a credit card. Now that I have all of my payment information entered, I'm going to hit next. And I'm presented with the total amount, including a $2 service fee that was calculated for a total of $82. I'm going to go ahead and authorize that payment. And it looks like my payment was received successfully. I've now paid for my garage sale permit and presented with an authorization code. Now, at the same time, behind the scenes, Velosimo has made a call back to Laserfiche to another workflow to let Laserfiche know the payment was received. I, switching roles to the back office user, just received an email about that payment being received from the applicant. Here's a look at the email that was sent. Now, to explain this a little bit more in technical details, I'm going to show you the different Laserfiche workflows. So now that we've paid for that, I'm looking at the the Forte console. I'm able to see the payment that I just made here, same authorization code. All of the detailed information is there around the transaction. Now, at the same time, as I mentioned, there are two Laserfiche workflows that were involved. There's one that was used to send the payment and one that was used to receive the payment. So I'm going to go ahead and jump over to our Laserfiche workflow server and explain the payment that was received. So upon payment received successfully, Velosimo makes a call to a Laserfiche workflow. From inside of the Laserfiche workflow, you're able then to make a call to a Velosimo API to get additional information about the transaction. In this particular workflow, I've then had it set up to send an email to myself with information such as the transaction ID and all the form content. So here's what you're seeing as a result of that email that gets sent. This information here is all of the information from Forte. It allows you to leverage this information in your Laserfiche workflow. Things like the service fee amount are sent back. All of the other information that was sent back from Forte is available to you to use in your Laserfiche workflow. At the same time, to send a payment from a Laserfiche workflow, there's a very simple API that you're able to use, which this send to Velosimo workflow is using to be able to send the payment out using an HTTP post call. Here you're able to send a number of variables that are sent as part of the email. Using this API set, you're able to integrate Forte payments with any of your Laserfiche workflows and receive payment confirmation back. This is a look at our Velosimo integration for Laserfiche workflow in Forte.